Welcome to the City of Pinellas Parks City Council meeting. Our city offers superior parks, premium recreational services, exceptional public safety resources, optimal investment opportunities, and more. Our Mayor and City Council welcomes you to tonight's meeting.
My head's blocked already.
Good evening. It is Thursday, November 14th of 2024. Calling to order our city council meeting. We will have an invocation and a pledge of allegiance, so please rise if you wish. Heavenly Father, we ask that you guide us this evening as we go over the agenda that is before us. We want to give special thank you to our veterans. We need to remember them not only on November 11th, but every day. Please be with our citizens in their time of need and have a cloak of protection over them. Watch over our business community. Please watch over our wonderful city employees. Protect them while they are serving and bring them home safely to their family and loved ones. We ask that you watch over our country, especially our military, whether they are here or overseas, and watch over their families that give them support. In thy name we do pray. Amen. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It has been my pleasure to honor our Marines. Unfortunately, their birthday was this Sunday. I've always tried to do it ahead of time, but it didn't work out this year with the calendar. And to also honor all of our veterans. There are several that are in the audience this evening. Whereas the United States Marine Corps was created by resolution of the Continental Congress on November 10th of 1775. And whereas the United States Marine Corps has served the nation with distinction from the Battle of Trenton to the Battle of Baghdad. And whereas the United States Marine Corps, the Marine Corps Reserve, have provided many Floridians with vocational and educational opportunities, as well as valuable life lessons in courage, discipline, and teamwork. And whereas it is fitting on the 249th birthday of the United States Marine Corps to honor the men and women who have served and sacrificed as United States Marines. Now, therefore, I, Sandra Lee Bradbury, Mayor of the City of Pinellas Park, Florida, and on behalf of the entire City Council, do hereby proclaim November 10th of 2024 as United States Marine Corps Day, commemorating the Marine Corps' 249th birthday, and urge all citizens to recognize the importance of the significant contribution the United States Marine Corps has made and continues to make in America for its way of life. In witness, I set my hand and cause the seal of the City of Pinellas Park, Florida, to be affixed on this 14th day of 2024. And I want to thank two of our police officers this evening who now are serving the community who served our country as Marines. So thank you guys very much for that. And can I have the other Marines in the community stand up that are here tonight? Tracy. and also some of the other veterans that are in our community. George, thank you very much. I'm sure there's others that are not wanting to stand up. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight.
Oh, yeah, right now.
Okay. And now we're going to turn it over to Trevor from FMIT and the group.
Hello, everyone. My name is Trevor. I'm with the Florida Municipal Insurance Trust. I am the city's insurance provider, or the risk, safety, and safety person for the insurance provider. And I have an award. Hang on, I got to get it out of its box. It is sharp, Matt, so be careful with it. Haven't had a chance to polish it off the sharp edge. But this is the Insurance Leadership Award. We provide 3 of these awards throughout throughout each policy year to 3 cities, and you guys did an amazing job this year at your insurance and risk management program. So kudos to you, and being a leader as a city for other cities to follow. And just so you know, we tried to do this the same night that we got hit with with Helene, and then we tried to do it the other night that we were hit with Milton, and we're like, let's do middle November. And then today we get another hurricane announcement. So I think it's because of this award ceremony that we're causing the hurricanes. But congratulations, Matt, and you guys do an awesome job with your insurance risk management. Yeah, thank you.
Much as we get sued, no kidding. No kidding.
All right, Ms. LaSharon.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, Trevor. Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you, Patty.
Thank you.
You.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, as you know, that we had October was domestic violence awareness. We had a lot of participation from all of the employees, and even from some of the family members as well. We had a hat sale, we had T-shirts. We did a lot. And April was the person that spearheaded the entire awareness month. We went around to all of the departments. We made sure everyone knew what was going on, and it doesn't hurt that we provide treats as well. So they all paid attention. But yeah, so April did an outstanding job in just making sure that the city, all of the employees was aware, although this is not just a one-day event, but the awareness do go on. And so we do have a CASA representative here. I'm just going to pass the mic so she can talk.
Thank you so much. My name's Rachel Johnston. I'm the Donor Relations Specialist at CASA. If you don't know, CASA is the lead domestic violence provider for survivors of domestic abuse. And domestic violence is not just physical, it's financial, mental, emotional, spiritual. And CASA is super amazing because we provide shelter. We have a 100-bed shelter with a kennel, but we also have our Family Justice Center, which is downtown, and it has 11 community partners on site. So a survivor can come right to our doors, and we can help them with whatever they might need right on site. There's law enforcement, there is legal assistance, there's a daycare there. If you want to just bring your children, you don't have to worry. It's really amazing, but we wouldn't be able to do it without all of the help from the community. So we're very honored, and I'm so thankful for this team and great city. So thank you so much.
I'll most definitely want to thank the fire department and thank the police department because they really worked hand in hand with us. We could not have done it without most definitely the shirts. As a matter of fact, Mike has on a shirt now. Mike, you want to come and show us? And he also has on the hat. Mike, you got to come here. They can't see you over there. Like, yeah, he also has the hat and the shirt on. And so, yeah. Okay, we got you. Thanks, Mike. And Jillian get a chance to do the most important part.
So along with the education and all of the other fun stuff we did, we wanted to do something to help support the victims of domestic violence. So we created 200 of these lovely care bags filled with toiletries, important like shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, toothbrush, and even some Tide Pods in there. So they have a little bit of comfort when they come before the shelter. And we also have a huge surprise. Even with 2 hurricanes impacting our community, we didn't know how the fundraiser was going to go, and I was in complete shock when April called me and told me, but we are honored to present to you today a check for $5,128. Thank you guys for the great collaboration.
Teamworks.
Good evening, Pinellas Park. I am Felix. I'm the Recreation Aquatic Supervisor for the city. I'm also one of the board members for TeenWorks. This is some of the team here. We just wanted to talk about a couple events that we got coming up. One of the main ones I want to push out there is we have a canned food drive. So what we do is we collect cans at our rec centers. We're going to have one posted up here at City Hall, and also where else? Park Station. So we try to raise as many cans as we can. I've raised past couple years like over 2,000 pounds of canned foods and non-perishables, and we donate them to local food pantries. And that's going to be pretty much this month all the way till December 18th. And once we start filling them up, even if it's within a couple weeks, they'll start getting filled up. And then I'll start taking them to the location. So sometimes I'm able to drop off quite a bit in a matter of a month. Also, another thing that we got coming up, this Saturday we have 2 events that the TeenWorks kids will be participating in. There's Ag Fest at the farm. That's going to go, we got it from 9 to 2. The kids are going to be working with, doing some arts and crafts. Actually, can you hold that up for me? So there's a quilt that the kids will be making, and then eventually they're going to put it all together. This is going to be, they're going to have pictures at the location, and when they're done with the pictures, the kids can make their farm and slip the picture right in. So we're going to be doing arts and crafts and helping out with games. We also have the police and kids. They're going to be doing their art reveal, and we'll be helping out with that. You'll be seeing them with vests on. They'll be helping out with parking, and then we'll go to the Ag Fest afterwards. Let's see. November 23rd, we have the Broderick Holiday Give Back. Mr. Rock is trying to get up to like 400 plates served, and that's what we're going to be doing as TeenWorks. We're going to be serving our community. Let's see what else we got here. We're also going to participate in the Silver Santa, so we're going to get a couple of those. They have them at the senior center, and they're right on the Christmas trees. We just pull them off, and there's a list of items that seniors would like, and we purchase that for them, and we provide some gifts for them during the holidays. Let's see. Next thing also coming up is we have a holiday hayride. You'll be seeing us out there. Breakfast with Santa. Hopefully we have a couple kids that are gonna. We like to dress up as a Grinch, so they like to run around and steal gifts. So it'll be a fun event. And that's really it. I also wanted to introduce some new board members. only two missing is Noah, he's current president, and Blaze, he's our treasurer. So those two gentlemen are not here today, but I have three other ones if they'd like to introduce themselves and their title, and that's really it from us. I'll take my farm.
Hi, my name is Olivia Perham. I've been in Teamworks for around 3 years now. Last year I was secretary, but this year I am happy to move up to vice president.
Hello, I'm Landon Schibler. I've been with Teamworks. This is my second year with Teamworks. I didn't run for anything last year because it was my first year, and I'm happy to announce that this year I got secretary.
Hello, I'm Trevor Cole, and I'm not the troop, but Teamworks historian, and I've been in Teamworks for around 4 years now.
And that's really it. We just wanted to let you guys know that we're out there in the community. Come check us out. Come check out our events, and you guys have a wonderful night.
Who's the other young gentleman who's with us?
He is one of our members. Hopefully by next year we'll give him a title too.
Little brother.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Thank you.
At this time, we open it up for any citizens that would like to come up and speak. And I do have a gentleman named Edward Osmar that would like to come up and speak this evening. Name,
Mayor, council members.
name and address for the record, please.
Pardon?
Name and address for the record,
My
please.
name is Edward Osmar. I live at 9843 34th Way North in Mainland's Unit 4. The reason I'm here is because of the loud noises on MCI Drive, people that are racing. I've been in Mainlands now for 11 years. I have called the police department more than once. My neighbors have done the same thing. We realize that you call the police and say somebody's racing on MCI. If they have somebody close by, they may be able to find out who it is. Most of the times, they're obviously busy, and by the time they get there, it's over. We're asking, is it possible to put speed bumps on MCI behind Mainlands to stop the people from racing up and down that road? And that's it. That's the whole thing. If you have questions, or I'm sure some people may have even had relatives that put up the same noise. But if you can do something, we really appreciate it.
Thank you, Edward.
Steve Hodges, 4556 Great Lakes Drive South. Noreen and I have lived in the lakes for 53 years. We've seen a lot of flood situations. And on behalf of everybody in the lakes and everybody that depends on that drainage ditch on 102nd, it's working. We did get a good break in these last storms because of the wind direction, but we feel a lot more safe with all the work that's been done on that drainage ditch and everything exiting water out to the bay. And so the lakes feel well taken care of by the city, and that drainage ditch is a good example. Thank you.
this one, right? Yeah, that's ours, okay.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you. Yeah. Is, okay.
Tracy Schofield, 9981 58th Street, Police and Kids Foundation. Felix stole my thunder, but we'll talk to him anyways. We do have our event, our flag raising event. If you've been by the property, you saw that we've had flagpoles that are lonely and haven't had flags on them for 3 months. And, you know, this is the weekend for that. So we're going to be using our Pinellas Park Police Department and Fire Department cadets will be raising our flags for us. We were out doing training today with them and they were awesome. And Teamworks is going to help us with our parking, and then we're all going to go to the ag farm and have fun with the cows, so, and the chickens. So, but anyway, we just like to invite everybody to come out if you can. It starts at 9 o'clock. Park going to be a little tight. We're blessed to have a little bit bigger property, so we're going to squeeze them into the back and, you know, maybe on 102nd for a couple minutes. But we'll get there, and it should go very quickly. It should by 9:30 we'll be done, but there will be refreshments if you're looking for coffee, donuts, or bagels, but we'd love to have you. We have a beautiful art piece that's being revealed as well that was donated by a former Pinellas Park employee, Marianne Souch. That's going to be presented, and she knows it's there. She's never seen it, so she'll be there to see the event. And we're doing our little library reveal too, which is a very unique little library, a little bit different than what you've seen probably driving around Pinellas Park. So we're excited to show that off as well. So we'd love to have you. Okay, thank you.
Is there anybody else in the audience who would like to come up and speak on any item that's not on the agenda this evening? Seeing none, we do have a quasi judicial item this evening, so if you're going to speak on that, please raise and be sworn in.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to section 2, approval of minutes. Councilmember Butler.
Mayor, make a motion, we approve regular council minutes of October 24th, 2024 as on file in the city clerk's office.
Second.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor, please cast your votes on your pins.
Motion carries unanimously.
Is it going to show up on there?
Maybe next time. We're working on it.
Okay.
There it is.
There we go. There we go.
Aren't we all?
All righty. Well, we want to show the citizens this right here, and it will give the city clerk's office an opportunity to make sure that they've heard all of our, or not heard, but seen all of our votes cast. As you know, watching city council meetings for so many years, when a person makes a motion in a second, they ask all in favor. Sometimes you can't hear all of the yays or nays, so this gives it a more accurate count. So keep an eye for that to go a little quicker. All righty. Moving on to section 3, public hearings, item P1.
Item P1 is conditional use approval for a tavern and lounge in the general commercial B1 zoning district.
Thank you. Item P1, conditional use. I am opening the public hearing at its first and final reading. It is quasi judicial. I'm opening it up and turning it over to Todd.
And I will be presenting item P1, which is case CU-0824-00017. This request is for conditional use approval for a tavern and lounge in the general commercial B1 zoning district. The property is located at 11100 66th Street North, specifically in Unit C. Here's an aerial image of that site. The future land use designation for this property is CG General Commercial. And the zoning of the area is B1 General Commercial. The subject property is located in flood zone X, which is a low-risk flood zone, and partially in flood zone X shaded, which is moderate risk. Here's a site plan of that plaza. You can see the highlighted portion on the left side is the unit where this proposed business will be located. And here's some site photos showing the general layout of the business. There are predominantly arcade games located on site. And so the conditional use criteria for a tavern and lounge, typically it's administrative approval unless a waiver is requested by any of the criteria. In this case, a waiver has been requested. The subject property is not adjacent or functionally adjacent to a residential zoning district. It's surrounded by B1 and GO zoning districts. The subject property must not be within 500 feet of a parcel of land or that's used as a place of worship, educational institution, public educational facility, or daycare center. This requirement is being requested to be waived. There is a place of worship adjacent to this unit. And finally, the subject property must have frontage on either an arterial or collector roadway for ingress and egress to the property. The subject property is located just off of 66th Street, which is an arterial road. And a summary, the applicant is proposing a tavern and lounge, which is a conditional use in the B1 zoning district. And the proposed use will be accessory to the existing Neon Dreams arcade. The applicant is proposing the sale of bottled beer and wine for customers while they play their arcade games. And as mentioned, this arcade is within 500 feet of a place of worship, and a waiver is being requested to this separation requirement. Neon Dreams is closed Sunday mornings and does not open until 3 p.m., so that we don't expect for there to be any conflict with the hours of operation. Specifically, the hours of operation from Sunday through Thursday is 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Friday, it's 3 p.m. to 12 a.m., and then on Saturday, 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. And per code, the total required parking for the entire shopping center is 150 parking spaces. 152 parking spaces exist on site. And findings, the proposed use is consistent with the purpose and intent of the general commercial zoning district. The proposed use meets or is proposed to meet a majority of the conditional use requirements and review criteria per section 18-1531.10 of the Land Development Code. And this request is consistent with the goals, objectives, and policies of the adopted comprehensive plan and the Land Development Code. On October 3rd, the Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval of this case. And I am here as well as the applicant if you have any questions.
Thank you. Councilman.
What sits right behind this property?
There are some, I believe they are apartments behind it.
The residential apartments behind it?
Yes.
So that doesn't count as,
It's technically zoned general commercial, which isn't a residential zoning district, but it's used as residential, but it's not zoned as residential.
but it's apartments,
Correct. Yeah.
right, behind it. So there's there's quite a few apartments that bat up to this.
Correct. Yeah. To the
And then it's
and to the north.
both sides. Well, I mean,
Yeah, I think.
the west and the north, right?
Yeah.
You can't see it on any of the stuff,
Yeah. Well.
and I'm not allowed to look.
Yeah, it'll be to the north. It's turned to the side, but it'll be to the north and to the west.
Yes. Okay. And then where you said it has access to an arterial, where is its access to that, to the either 66th Street or Bryndary?
So it's hard to see on this map here on the bottom right corner.
Nope, that's another person's property.
Well, the actual shape of the parcel, it's kind of like oddly shaped. I can get a better.
Are you talking about the one over here that's part of that little road that goes back to those residential?
It's like it's got a little portion there. Like you see that small little skinny
Mhm.
portion. Like that's the access onto 66th Street. It's
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that road, that is an easement to those apartments back there.
it is a shared access. Yeah.
So it's not an arterial access to 66th Street.
I mean, we kind of saw it as a shared access route. So, I mean,
Because we went through this on another piece of property, and that was one of the things was because it did not have an arterial access to 66th Street.
we still consider it access to an arterial, even though the access is shared.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead. Councilmember, Vice Mayor Sabel.
Yes, Mayor, thank you. Does the church only meet on Sundays?
I'm not entirely sure exactly how often they meet. It's definitely possible that they can meet on other days.
Yeah, I was just wondering if they met on Wednesday nights.
Yeah, that is a good question. Yeah, I haven't been in contact with them, but all the property owners adjacent to them, they did receive notices. So
Does the church own the building, or are they a tenant? Because they might not have received the notice.
I believe they are probably tenant.
Yeah, so they may not be aware.
We did post signs at the property also.
Saying the rezoning or what it's going to be rezoned to.
For the condition, for the change in use, I guess.
Not absolutely saying it's going to be a tavern or a lounge.
Exactly. Their signs just would say it was a conditional use and a phone number to call for more information.
All right, thank you.
Councilmember Butler.
Thank you, Mayor. Just wanted to clarify, the arcade portion of this business is already operating.
Correct. Yeah, they currently operate as an arcade, no liquor sales or alcohol, beer, and wine.
Beer, wine, and then that's the purpose of this.
Yeah, this is like an accessory component to the business.
Okay.
I was going to ask questions, and I'm sure you're not going to be able to answer them now, along the lines of Vice Mayor Sabel. Did the applicant reach out to the church, knowing, excuse my French, darn well, that was an accessory use that was not allowed near residence or near church?
Yeah, I believe so, although I'll let him speak to that once the hearing opens.
I mean, did they present anything like that to planning and zoning, letting them know, hey, we did reach out to them, they're okay with it?
No.
You know, trying to be good neighbors?
Yeah, I did ask if there was any communication, but I did not receive any documentation of any emails or phone calls or anything like that.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay. I'm assuming that you're the applicant.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you sworn in?
Yes, ma'am, I believe so.
You did. Okay.
Thank you.
Name and address for the record, please.
My name is Dallas Wete. I don't reside in Pinellas County. I reside in Tampa. But
The address
our
is
business
still
property
fine.
is 11100 66th Street North.
Thank you. And what would you like to present to City Council on your behalf?
As far as the property goes, in order for us to apply for the conditional use, we went through our landlord. Our landlord is communication with all the tenants in the plaza. We do communicate with the church. They are our neighbors. Let's see. There is a bar in the plaza already on the far right side of the plaza called Rudy's. They have conditional approval also. During this process, I CC'd, excuse me, Mr. Byron. I CC'd Mr. Byron in a, not exemption clause, but when a place of worship decides to go in a shopping center or a retail center, they waive the right to be in the plaza, or rather not have a business with alcohol open up next to them. The reason I've come before with a conditional approval is more so because we were adjacent to a residential zone. The northern area is residential, which is the apartments that Ms. Reed mentioned. In that area, that's the reason we're here for the approval. I believe somewhere along the line, there's some sort of confusion with the city as far as requesting approval for a place of worship, just because the approval is not necessary. If you can give me just a moment, I can quote the, not citation, but the code, or I'm not sure what the term is, ma'am. I'm sorry. But if you can
It's
give me a
okay.
moment, I can pull it up.
It's okay. So you did reach out to the church?
Yes, ma'am. We do communicate.
Did
with
you
them.
guys reach out to the apartment complex as well?
No, ma'am, we did not. We reached out to our landlord, and she communicates with the other businesses in the plaza. Now, we do talk to the landlord. Their name is Pastor Robson. They're the Assembleia de Deus Church. They're a Portuguese-speaking church. They also speak Spanish, so I do like to communicate with them very much.
Councilman Reed.
For the arcade, is it kid driven? Is it?
I would say arcades are an interesting phenomenon right now because kids very much like to play games like Fortnite, newer games. I would say most of our clientele is in their 20s. It's typically people who didn't have money to go to arcades when they were growing up. So we propose a $15 option, and you're allowed to play all day. And it's a great way to build community.
So they can pay $15, hang out all day.
Yes, ma'am. And then we also apply discounts for military, law enforcement, healthcare workers, students, and teachers.
And then how does it fit? I don't even know how to ask this the right way. As far as when you have, like when you serve alcohol at a bar and so forth, the kids can't be at the bar.
Absolutely not.
So how does this fit in with an arcade?
So we're going to a more adult audience, ma'am. Like I said, when we get children, they don't very much enjoy the games. The games can be challenging. I don't know if anybody here has been to an arcade from the 90s, but games like Street Fighter, Tekken, those games can be very difficult, and they don't offer redemption. No tickets, no gambling, nothing of that matter. So it's more so a community space. As far as alcohol goes, it's not that somebody walks up. Mr. Byron and I discussed, and there's in writing, we will have the fridge behind the counter, and we identify each and every customer that comes in. Past a certain point, we will have a curfew for young adults in which we will no longer accept their business and we will remove them from the premises using different wristbands. And
What's
then,
your curfew age?
our curfew age, we're debating 8 or 9 p.m., ma'am.
What's the age?
What's that? Oh,
The age.
21. 21.
So it'll be 21 and up after 8 or 9.
Yes, ma'am.
And prior to that, it's
All day, and then it makes it easier on us as a business to not make any mistakes, IDing any customers if I have an employee make a mistake. And then on top of that, by having different wristbands, we mitigate the issue of underage drinking. In the military, we had a big culture of underage drinking, and I fought a lot to combat that, especially because it can almost be manipulative behavior and enable bad behaviors. So for me, I'm very much against underage drinking, especially it's a crime also.
So would that be part of the conditional use also, the time?
I have no issues doing that, sir. As far as a curfew,
It could be made a condition.
just because I don't want, me personally, I'm not very big on alcohol. I abstain from alcohol. However, it is good for our customers. Our customers very much enjoy it. We're not going to be doing traditional American beverages. It's not going to be, for example, Budweiser, Yangling. It's going to be more novel Asian drinks that you wouldn't see otherwise. And our drinks are, I don't like to say this, but they are priced more expensive because they are a premium and a novelty. So the goal is not to get customers intoxicated. It is more an accessory used for the business, sir. Especially because the beverage is hard to come by. For example, soju, sake, drinks that most Americans have never heard of. If someone would like to get, for lack of better words, if someone would like to drink beer for a cheaper price and get a good buzz, they can go down to Rudy's, which is the bar right around the corner.
how long have you been there?
I've been there for 1 year, ma'am.
1 year.
Well, I would say officially 1 year and 3 months, ma'am.
Do you offer any food?
Yes, ma'am. We offer snacks and drinks. Snacks and drinks range from, say, Butterfingers, Reese's, Skittles, chips, prepackaged foods, sandwiches, so on.
And if somebody wanted to get a soda or something of
Yes,
that nature, those are available as well.
Yes, ma'am. We try to have a very large variety of drinks.
And water.
Yes, ma'am. We also have a free water machine on the plaza. I don't know why I had to say that, but
No, it's fine.
sorry, you said I'm in like sales mode right now. You know, I'm just
got
offering
free
customers
water.
here some water.
So you don't have Pac-Man there, huh?
Not yet, ma'am.
Pac-Man. Tetris.
We do have Tetris.
Oh, there you go.
I have another.
Yes, ma'am. Question.
I lost it. I did. It left. So do you have a problem with it with setting at 9 p.m. 21 and up as a conditional use?
What would the terms be for the 21 and up? As far as just removing people from the premises?
That's who would be in there after 9
Absolutely,
p.m.
I have
between
no issues
21
with
and
that.
up.
If that's the case, just simply 21 or those 21 and under not being on the premises past a certain time, I can definitely accommodate that. I would prefer 18 and up. However, if I need to,
Right.
I can do 21. Just because a lot of our customers are in college also.
Yeah, I see that.
And mitigating the issue would be with the wristbands.
And
Everybody who comes in gets checked for a wristband, because if we don't have a wristband on that customer, that's us losing money, because we don't collect per play. It's not quite where you put $1 and you lose and then another $1.
And they're not bringing alcohol in.
What's that, ma'am?
They're not going to be able to bring alcohol
No, ma'am,
in.
absolutely not. I make it very clear to people if they come in with a beverage, is that alcohol? No, I'm afraid we don't have a license. Please leave the premises.
So an 18 and up.
That would be the preferred.
You'd
However,
be all right with that?
yes, ma'am.
Asking. Because I just feel like you're an arcade and it's kids and stuff like that. And prior, but
Getting into
18
this
and up,
business, I originally
after
thought we were going to have more children. However, we actually we disclose to children when they come in because a lot of kids say like to play skee ball, basketball. They want to get tickets, get prizes, and anyone who's a parent here knows that that can get very expensive very quick. So we more cater to the adult audience where a college student says only has $15, but instead of going out to get wasted with their friends at a bar or make poor decisions, we can just simply accommodate that in an arcade where people come together, play games, and have a good time. It's been really nice, especially because with COVID, a lot of the younger generation lost some of their social skills. So for us, it's been very nice and refreshing.
Any additional questions? Is there anybody else in the audience that has any questions or would like to speak on this item?
If I can make one more comment, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
I'm one of the owners. I take great pride in my business being a veteran-run business, and I like to work with my community. Me coming before you guys today, I'm trying to knock out every possible thing that I can legally, and it's in my best interest to continue doing that. If for whatever reason there's an issue, I have no issues cooperating with the city in the future. Pinellas Park has been very kind to me.
Did you stand up when we were honoring the veterans?
He did.
Yes, ma'am. I just stood up very quick and sat down.
You still have some standing behind you back there, or sitting behind you back there.
I spoke to the gentleman behind me with the 3rd Infantry Division hat.
Yeah.
Very kind.
It's George.
Pleasure to meet you, Mr. George.
All right.
I don't have a question.
No additional questions? Correct, right?
Right.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes,
I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion by Councilwoman Reed.
Thank you. Am I good to take a seat now?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
How about? No.
I didn't do it because I didn't know what to say, so I'm like.
Mr. Denhart.
How about
would you like to offer a suggestion?
I just got
I
shut
think you know
down,
where
didn't I?
council is going with this.
Certainly on a conditional use, you do have the right to put any conditions on there that you think will be necessary to meet the conditional use requirements, which is basically to make the use compatible with all the surrounding area. You could have as a condition that if you're concerned about the church, you could have as a condition that on Sundays or Wednesdays or whatever, the business not be open at certain hours, or instead of, the business not be open until Sunday afternoon, 1, 2, 3, whatever you say. As far as the alcohol, you could have a condition that after a certain hour, people under a certain age would not be allowed on the premises. So you have a lot of latitude to create one or more conditions, whatever you feel might be appropriate and necessary to make the use compatible with the surrounding neighborhood.
Thank you. I'm going to throw out there, I make a motion that we approve CU-8024-00017 with the conditional use that it doesn't open on Sundays prior to 3 p.m. and that it's 18 and up after 10 p.m. That's my suggestion.
So that would be that no one under 18 years is there after what time?
10 p.m.
Okay.
Second.
I have no issues with that, ma'am. And furthermore, we open our hours later. We're not open at 4 p.m. And if we do get alcohol, we'll be open at 5 p.m. instead.
Motion and second. All those in favor, push button.
Motion carries 4-1 with Vice Mayor Seville voting no.
Thank you. Moving on to item P2, resolution number 24-28.
Item number P2 is resolution number 24-28, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, vacating a drainage utility easement within 7690 59th Street North southeast 1/4 of section 29, township 30 south, range 16 east, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item P2, resolution number 24-28, public hearing, first and final reading. I am opening the public hearing and turning it over to Todd.
Thank you, Mayor. Hello, everyone again. My name is Todd Byron with the Development Review Team, and I'll be presenting today's case, item P2, which is case number VAC-0624-00010. And this request is basically to vacate an existing utility and drainage easement located within the property at 7690 59th Street North. Here is an aerial map showing the subject property. This is the location of the future public safety complex. And you can see also there the approximate location of the easement that will be vacated. So the land use of this property is currently Community Redevelopment District, CRD, and the zoning is P Public. The property is located in flood zone X, which is a low risk flood zone. And here is a sketch of the easement to be vacated. And a quick summary. When the city vacated a portion of 77th Avenue, which was a right away back in the day, a public easement was retained for utility and drainage purposes. And this easement is no longer required for existing utility assets, and utility providers have provided letters of no objection to this request. Duke Energy actually has a blanket easement over the entire property for all their assets, and Frontier, they had assets in this easement, but they have been relocated to a other pre-existing easement. And the city has fiber optics in the easement as well, but those are in the process of being relocated as well. And so after all those projects, there are no utilities within this easement that will be vacated. And the findings, the request meets the vacation of easement requirements per section 18-1801 of the Land Development Code. And this request is consistent with the applicable goals, objectives, and policies of the comprehensive plan. And as such, staff recommends approval of this case. And I am here if you have any questions.
Thank you. City Council have any questions of Todd on this item? Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on this item? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing at its first and final reading and entertain a motion by Councilmember Butler.
Mayor, make a motion we adopt resolution 24-28 public hearing, first and final reading.
Motion has been made in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Cast your little ballot.
Am I allowed to say aye still?
Yes.
Okay.
Motion
I mean, the
carries
button says
unanimously.
yeah. But
Yay. Thank you. Moving on to section 4, our consent agenda. Item C1, resolution number 24-31.
Item C1, resolution number 24-31, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, authorizing the city manager to apply to Forward Pinellas for the local agency grants program to construct complete streets improvements along 60th Street North between 82nd Avenue North and 78th Avenue North and between Park Boulevard and 70th Avenue North, and providing for an effective date. Item C2 is ordinance number 4279, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Pinellas Park by amending Chapter 18 Land Development Code to remove minimum building separation requirements and add references to the Florida Building Code separation requirements, amending Section 18-1506.4 Dimensional and Area Regulations, amending Section 18-1507.4 Dimensional and Area Regulations, amending Section 18-1508.4 Dimensional and Area Regulations, amending Section 18-1509.4 Dimensional and Area Regulations, amending Section 18-1510.4 Dimensional and Area Regulations, amending Section 18-1511.4 Dimensional and Area Regulations, amending Section 18-1512.4 Dimensional and Area Regulations, amending Section 18-1513.4 Dimensional and Area Regulations, amending Section 18-1514.4 Dimensional and Area Regulations, amending Section 18-1515.4 Dimensional and Area Regulations, amending Section 18- 1516.4 Dimensional and Area Regulations, amending Section 18-1517.4 Dimensional and Area Regulations, amending Section 18-1518.4 Dimensional and Area Regulations, amending Section 18-1519.4 Dimensional and Area Regulations, amending Section 18-1520.4 Dimensional and Area Regulations, amending Section 18-1521.4 Dimensional and Area Development Standards, amending Section 18-1523.4 Dimensional Regulations, amending Section 18-1524.4 Dimensional and Area Regulations, amending Section 18-1525.4 Dimensional and Area Regulations, amending Section 18-1528.4 Dimensional and Area Regulations, amending Section 18-1530.17 Minimum Building Separation, providing for the inclusion of such amended ordinance in the Code of the City of Pinellas Park, Florida, providing for severability, providing for an effective date. Item C3 is approve with regret the resignation of Stuart Hoff from the Police Officers Pension Board of Trustees. Item C4 is accept with regret the resignation of Karen Ford from the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board. Item C5 is accept with regret the resignation of Robert Pinion from the Planning and Zoning Commission. Item C6 is approve the appointment of Linda Rubel to serve on the Planning and Zoning Commission with a term to expire July 31st, 2025. Item C7 is authorization to award bid 24.008 Mayor's Park at Freedom Lake Park Bocce Ball Courts to Evolution Contracting LLC to be charged to the appropriate account. Item C8 is approve authorization to award bid 24.009 for Pack and Library window door replacement to upgrade the impact-resistant windows and doors to be charged to the appropriate account. Item C9 is authorization for the Police Department to acquire a Bearcat armored vehicle. Item C10 is authorization for emergency pipe lining repair located at 6447 107th Terrace and 6453 107th Terrace to be conducted by Vortex Services in the amount not to exceed $45,725 to be charged to the appropriate account. Item C11 is authorization for emergency pipe lining repair located at 6802 80th Terrace and 6810 80th Terrace to be conducted by Vortex Services in the amount not to exceed $51,625. Item C12 is authorization to purchase civil engineering design services provided by Lighthouse Engineering Incorporated for $70,630 to be charged to the appropriate account. Item C13 is authorization to purchase under Sourcewell contract number 2025-091-521-NAF and 032-824-NAF 7 2025 Chevy Tahoe two-wheel drive 9CI Police for the Police Department from Allen J. Fleet Sales at a cost of $546,812. Item C14 is authorization for the purchase of a preliminary engineering and drainage study provided by Geosyntec Consultants at a cost of $99,904.54 to be charged to the appropriate account. Item C15 is authorization to purchase under Sourcewell Contract 2025-091-521-NAF and 032-824-NAF 1 2025 Chevy Traverse four-wheel drive LT for the Police Department from Allen J. Fleet Sales at a cost of $47,346. Item C16 is authorization to purchase under Sourcewell Contract number 2025-091-521-NAF and 032-824-NAF 1 2025 Dodge Durango all-wheel drive police pursuit for the Police Department from Allen J. Fleet Sales at a cost of $56,621. Item C17, authorization to purchase under Sourcewell Contract number 2025-091-521-NAF and 032-824-NAF 1 2025 GMC Terrain two-wheel drive elevation for the Police Department from Allen J. Fleet Sales at a cost of $37,874. Item C18, authorization to purchase under Sourcewell Contract number 2025-091-521-NAF and 032-824-NAF 1 2025 Chevy Tahoe two-wheel drive 9C1 police for the Police Department from Allen J. Fleet Sales at a cost of $77,456 to be charged to the appropriate account. Item C19 is authorization to purchase under the City of Tampa bid 101100422 dredging services provided by Bayside Dredging in the amount not to exceed $600,000 to be charged to the appropriate account. Item C20 is authorization for emergency disaster debris removal services to Phillips and Jordan in the amount estimated to be $1 million to be charged to the appropriate account. And that concludes tonight's consent agenda.
Thank you. Councilwoman Reed.
Thank you. Mayor Bradbury, regarding the consent agenda, I would like to make a motion to pass, approve, or adopt whichever action is appropriate, items C1 through C20, inclusive with item C1 being first and final reading, and item C2 being first reading prior to public hearing. The next public hearing will be held in council chambers on Thursday, December the 12th, 2024 at 6 p.m.
Second the motion.
Motion's been made and second. City Council have any discussions on these items? Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on these items? Seeing none, all those in favor, please push your buttons. We don't have buttons to push right now. There we go.
And Mayor, just a quick correction. The next council meeting is held on Tuesday, November 26th. Tuesday prior to Thanksgiving.
We don't want to have city council on Thanksgiving night.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you. Okay. Where do we start this tonight? Mr. Cadell, do you have anything for us tonight?
I'm not really. We've been over at the Tampa at the National League of Cities conference. It's going very well. Had a lot of interesting speakers, a lot of interesting material, and I actually attended a session on using GoFundMe for cities, and that was kind of an interesting idea. But anyway, yeah. Anyways, a lot of good information, and about 5,000 people attending it. It's their 100th anniversary. So
I'm sure there's some cities up in the Nashville area and Pigeon Forge area and all that could probably use that assistance right now.
Some of the beaches here.
And, smaller communities that have volunteers.
Okay.
Ricky.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, also, I've spent some time over in Tampa as well. And the thing I'll say is that it's really cool to see everybody get so excited about coming to the Tampa Bay area. We really have a lot to offer here compared to other parts of the country, despite what we've gone through in the last couple months. So everybody's really impressed, and it's just cool to spend some time with folks that are visiting our area for once, because usually we're traveling elsewhere. So, yeah, a lot of great information, making some great connections with folks, and as always. And the other thing, it's that time of the year, 51st Annual Pinellas Park Christmas Parade is, I don't know why you get so upset. You're going to be out there waving and throwing beads. Saturday, December 14th, 6 p.m. Registration for the parade is continuing, but it ends next Friday, November 22nd. So after that, you cannot get into the parade any longer. So if you're out there, you want to promote your business, whatever you got, come out and have a great time. Register by next Friday. CelebratePinellasPark.com.
Post more on Facebook and our
Oh, we have
website.
enough people in the parade, Mayor. I'm just obligated to tell people when the deadline is. But that's all I have.
Okay.
No, the parade's super cool. I'm excited for it. I'm gonna not throw beads. I'm gonna hand beads,
You're last this year.
and I'm last. Oh, I'm last this year. But anyway, no, it is super cool. So I get excited for everybody to see that. Saturday, I'm super excited for the chickens and the rabbits, and the Ag Fest is gonna be super fun.
What about piglets?
The piglets? There are piglets there. But yeah, it is gonna be fun. There are the 4-H kids. It'll be their first show. They're very nervous, but they're bringing a bunch of chickens and rabbits, and they even made some costumes to show them off. So it is actually really cool. But that's all I got. Thank you to everybody. Thank you.
Good. We'll like all the other. Glad that ditch worked out for you out there. And, our city's drainage is much better now than it has been going back years. And it's nice when it rains that the water goes away. And I just want to thank all of our employees and their staff for the hard work over these last couple months. And I'd like to express my appreciation to the residents also for their patience. Not everyone's quite patient, but the majority of them are, which is great. And I'd like to thank our residents who have been on the boards that have retired from the boards, I guess,
but I'm thankful for the new people that are coming on. And it's great when our residents sign up and become part of the operations of the city. So maybe that's something y'all might want to look at. Thank y'all.
Yes, ma'am.
So this week at the Pinellas County Municipal Clerks Association meeting, Carmen Ferrer, our deputy city clerk, was nominated to be the vice president, and Angela Gorbett was nominated to be our secretary. So they'll be sworn in at our meeting in January.
Congratulations. Miss Jillian, what do we got? Oh yeah, they're not wanting to talk. They're like,
So we have some great events happening in November. We have the Sacred Heart Festival that's happening now until November 17th. This exciting event is packed with rides, games, food, beverages, craft vendors, and live entertainment. And then Gobble Gobble starting tomorrow at 5 p.m. Keep an eye out for a very important Facebook post. Ethel Turkey at the Patty Johnson Ag Farm has asked for our help. She'll need 500 likes on her post to earn a pardon from Mayor Sandra Bradbury by Thanksgiving. So make sure you guys tune in and hit that like button. Saturday, November 23rd at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. we have the Thanksgiving Give Back at Broderick Recreation. You can come and enjoy a warm free meal and bring all the joy and happiness for this wonderful holiday, hosted by the City of Pinellas Park Recreation Team, TeenWorks, and Juvenile Welfare Board, or also known as JWB. Also a reminder that November 28th and 29th, all city facilities will be closed for the Thanksgiving holiday. And then get ready to mark your calendars for our December events. Friday, December 6th, we have a tree lighting ceremony at 6 p.m. at England Brothers Bandshell. That'll kick off another event, Holiday in the Park, hosted by the Pinellas Park Police Department. And that'll go on from Friday 12/6 and Saturday 12/7 at 6 p.m. also. And for more information on our city events, visit our social media pages or visit www.pinellas-park.com. Thank you, guys.
thank you. Miss Angela.
And before we next meet, you'll want to sign up for Breakfast with Santa, as it will likely be close to full by Thanksgiving time. And that is always at the Public Works Operations Center. And it's Saturday, December 7th, 9 to 11. All ages are welcome. Santa and some additional characters will be on hand. So please come on over, $5 a head.
Thank you. Well, Sharon, thank you so much for your hard work that you and staff did for domestic violence. It was wonderful. Dan? No? Chiefs? And others? Well?
He didn't hear you.
Yes, he did. We will say that our police department, you'll notice that the gentlemen in the crew have beards. They have a no shave November. They allow it to extend other times, but it's a way that they do fundraisers for local charities in our community. So you'll see the chief with a beard and one of our police officers there with a beard. So you'll be seeing that throughout this month, and it's all for a good cause and charities in our community when they do this. We have it, they're just, like brothers and sisters teasing each other. Anyhow, with that, we hope that everybody has a blessed couple of weeks until we see you again. The meeting is adjourned.